Trent spent hard at work this last week trying to innovate this deck, and I wanted to show you guys the progress that he's been having. This is Blue Eyes, the deck, with new Ritual Spark. Now, I will have the deck profile on this video for you guys as well. We're going to show the match, or the game here, that he sent me, and kind of showcase some of the things that he was trying to do with the deck, and we'll go with the deck. Because honestly, this is the level of coolness that I kind of enjoy taking a look at in the game. So he's trying to take advantage of Zaborg and the Mega Monarch to give you the ability to send monsters from the extra deck to the graveyard. Whether or not it be things like Nistis, or even, other effects, Herald to search for Chaos Max. So there's a lot going on here. So we're going to give it up and see what happens here. So we're going to have Rescue Cat touchdown. Kind of want to know what craziness his friend is playing against here, to kind of just give you a heads up as to kind of what's going on here. So Cat going off, of course it's going to get ashed. We have Gallus the Star Beast coming down here, making an attempt to land and just poking for 800. Doesn't want to go too much off here. Trent continuing on with the sad brick spree over here of just white stone for another Blue Eyes. Okay, so Shared Ride over here, coming down to make an attempt to draw. So many dead cards. Man, drawing Lockbird off of that seems really bad. Devi Ritual over here. So this guy here, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck. You can only use the following effect of this. You can reveal one spell card in your hand, special summon both this card from your hand, and add one Devi Ritual. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can add one ritual spell. So Mr. Eggplant over here has pretty much the same thing. If this card is special summoned, you get to add the actual monster from your deck to your hand. And of course, this is just kind of like a really cool inclusion of things that they've got going on here. And of course, his opponent, understanding what's going on here, makes an attempt to Veiler this. So I guess no fun allowed there. Link, or summoning out for Zaborg, getting Veilered. Man, your opponent's just good and has double Veiler. What the fuck? What a time to be alive. Well, shit. That's pretty good. It switches to defense mode. Zaborg for Zaborg, baby. That's what I like to see. Alright, well, gonna rip out that Beatrice out of your extra deck, along with a few other things. So remember, target one monster on the field, destroy it, and if it was a light monster, both players send as many cards as possible from their extra deck to the graveyard, but no more than the original ranks of the card destroyed. Destroy 8 for this guy. If this card was tributed for the tribute summon of light monster, add this additional effect. You choose the cards your opponent sends. This is fucking adorable. I mean, it's not super consistent by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, hey. So ints, Herald, and then I'm gonna drop some Omegas to recur those cards. It's pretty cute, right? Like, I know it's a lot of commitment and things, but you know what? Fuck it. When you're swinging for game, you don't really care, honestly. Here comes the Talisman. Once again, just fun stuff. Oh my god, I think ARA for Chaos Max, and yep, you have game here on board. This does double trample over this. This swings, and this swings directly, putting you in game position. We're going to game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is bonkers. Fucking Blue Eyes over here, revealing the special alternative, just setting on it and passing. Man, why does BA have the struggle life over here? Ash Blossom's pretty good. Like, just setting and setting. Well, Anti-Spell kind of puts a damper on this plan, but it's fine. I'm surprised he went with the way he did there, but it's fine. Ooh, Elephant. Well, no more fun allowed over here. We have to top deck into something here. Chaos Form at 55 and 3K. Oh, actually, that's game. Oh. No, I lied. It was 3K. I was short. What was I thinking? Extra lethal. Black Luster Soldier. Removing. BA just doesn't have an out for this. Like, this card's pretty good. He has a turn to figure out what the fuck he wants to do about this. Yep. Just calls it a day there. Chaos Max actually seems still pretty good in this day and age, right? Like, Well, the current build that Trent has that he was sharing with us is this. Now, some of these ratios are subject to change. This is just kind of what he's been working with for the past week here. So triple Ash Blossom definitely needs some sort of insurance to make sure that your opponent can't do anything. He's only playing one alternative. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, why? This deck's centric purpose is basically going to be shooting out Chaos Max and doing your thing. Alternative's not a bad card by answer to the imagination, but not having the ability to attack kind of sucks. And as long as you've got Melody, you should be able to pull Chaos Max at any stage in the game. So don't feel too bad about cutting this back because you've gone to more of a ritual-based engine here. And he's playing 3 Cannon Roll and 3 of the Talismandra. These cards are pretty good in Tangent, especially summoning themselves to allow you to essentially tribute off 4 larger tribute monsters. Playing 3 copies of Manju. Core normal summons in this deck are pretty reliable, actually. You need to make sure you can search for your huge boss monsters to make sure that your deck can have some sort of functionality. 2 copies of Sage with Blue, once again, core normal summon. Adding the level 1 tuner is your game. I don't even think we really play any level 1 tuners. Oh no, I lied, we play one of this guy, but do we really care? Of course, the 1 Whitestone Legend, just more searchability. Triple Zoborg the Mega Monarch. Like I said, this card is your backbone. You tribute this off of a light monster, you destroy another light monster, basically, and you do your thing. I mean, if not, you just core tribute this, mill 8, but then your opponent chooses, which I don't feel too bad about, but hey, you know what? Sending 8 to get your deck going to OTK your opponent seems really good. 3 copies of Blue Eyes, because reasons, and then triple of the boss monster of the hour. Remember, this does double piercing damage. I don't know how many people actually forget that, but it's really good. So, it's kind of something to understand. This card is nuts in a lot of situations. Just, you gotta trust it. 2 copies of Advanced Ritual Art. Honestly, just having these to dump off is pretty good. You're not always going to search for these, just kind of keep that in mind. 3 Called by the Grave. You need to ensure that your core functionality in your deck does not get stopped by shit like Draw and Lockbird. Ash Blossom's hand traps are a really big pain in your ass, so Called by the Grave looks to alleviate that pressure. 2 Chaos Form. Once again, Blue Eyes White Dragon's ritual card, because win cons are good. 2 copies of Shared Ride in the main deck, kind of something he's just messing around with. As the tempo of the game goes, things like Goki are going to continue to add cards from their deck to their hand. So you basically make an attempt to keep up with them by using Shared Ride. It's not bad. Triple call for the Melody, basically. Not too much going on here, but general searchability sucks if you get Ash Blossomed, but it is life. And of course, triple traded, continuing on with that triple ability that you've got going here in the deck. Not really anything too spicy there, but that's that. So the core of the deck revolves around Zoborg. Your package is 3 Nistis, 3 Herald, and 2 Omega. So basically what you do is you can drop off Instis. Instis will destroy something, which is just core destruction. Herald of the Arclight grants you the ability to search for your ritual pieces, which is the other thing we care about. And then 2 copies of Omega to allow you to recycle these core pieces as you need. There's no real reason not to be playing these 8. You can kind of mess around with ratios, but these are the ones that give you the most extra deck utility. And then we've got Heliopolis, Hope Harbinger, the Sky Prison, Borreload, Boral Sword, Firewall, and Kagari. Just these back ones here, just basically cherries targets. These are the ones that Trent feels you need the most utility for, just to give you access to things. Side deck here, Triple Draw and Lockbird need to ensure that the opponent can't play the game. Fuck you, Goki. Triple copies of Gamma Seal. This deck is a little bit more reliant on the normal summon. If you take that away from yourself, you kind of go into a bad position. But Sphere Mode wouldn't be something too terrible to consider. Triple copies of Winter Cherries, as I discussed earlier, with these 4 being potential targets for you to take away pressure from your opponent. Ghost Reaper definitely putting you in a much better position. 3 copies of Creature Swap. This is an interesting tech choice. I was actually kind of shocked to see him playing this, but I understand why. Giving your opponent something that you want to run over while your opponent has a boss monster in a slower game situation, you can find yourself in a really good position by using this card. And then Triple Twin Twister. Killing back row is actually probably one of the things that this deck needs to do the most of. So honestly, I think in some sort of combination here, massive back row disruption is kind of fun. You know, it's not all the time we get the chance to see something kind of cool come across my desk that my friends are working on. I mean, we always have more meta things, but like, this is a really cool idea and concept, and to see this kind of come to fruition is really cool. Haven't seen this too much lately. Obviously, a lot of people have been working with the Dev rituals, trying to make them work to some degree. You know, shutting off your extra deck kind of sucks, but you know, you win some, you lose some. You're not always gonna, you know, be in the best position here, but you now have a means to take advantage of these particulars and use them to your advantage. And I think the Dev rituals are very good support for what they are. It's something that all these decks have needed for the longest time. So guys, what do you think about Trent's deck? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm sure Trent is going to be ecstatic for this. Told him I was going to get to this profile and he was kind of happy. So tell me what you guys think. Alright guys, Deucerinos.